With you, nothing is ever predictable, and it's that unpredictability that makes everything feel so exhilarating and alive. Every thought I have of you spins me into a whirlwind of emotions, and I don't want to escape it. I want to dive deeper into this madness. You're the wild force that keeps me awake at night, thinking, feeling, and craving more of the wild ride you take me on. The deeper I get lost in you, the crazier my thoughts become, and somehow it feels like the most exhilarating journey of my life. You have this way of making everything feel so alive, even the madness, even the chaos, even the wildest thoughts. I've never felt so alive, so crazy, and yet so at peace with it all, just because of the wild energy you bring into my life. It's as if you unlock something inside me every time we're together, something wild and untamed that I never knew I needed. You're the reason my thoughts race, my heart beats faster, and every moment with you feels like I'm living on the edge of something extraordinary. In the wild, chaotic thoughts that race through my mind, I find a love that's as untamed as the feelings you stir in me. You drive me wild, and in that wildness, I find a freedom I never thought I needed, but now can't live without. Every moment with you feels like stepping into a whirlwind, a beautiful chaos that sweeps me off my feet and leaves me craving more. Your presence is both maddening and liberating, and in that tension, I find a fire that I never want to extinguish. You make my thoughts race and my heart race faster, and it's in this wild mix of emotions that I find my truest self. Every moment we share feels like I'm being swept into the wild unknown, and I can't help but follow, eager for whatever comes next. The more you drive me crazy, the more I realize how much I need the wildness, the unpredictability, the raw energy you bring. In this whirlwind of emotions, I'm finding myself lost, crazy, but alive in ways I never thought I could be. You make my thoughts twist and turn in the most exciting ways, creating a wild adventure that I can't wait to explore with you. The chaos you bring into my life is the spark that lights up everything, every moment, every feeling, every thought. You awaken something in me that is untamed and wild, and I can't help but surrender to the beautiful madness you stir within me. With you, every second feels like a beautiful riot of emotions, where nothing makes sense, but everything feels right. Your presence ignites a fire inside me, a fire that burns with the wildest of desires and the deepest of emotions. Each word you speak sends me spiraling, my thoughts tangling in knots that only you can untangle, leaving me craving more. In the madness of our connection, I find clarity, the clarity that this wild love is something I never want to escape. You push me to the edge, and it's in that leap of faith that I find the truest form of myself, wild and free. The more you challenge me, the more I realize how much I love the chaos you bring. It awakens parts of me I never knew existed. In this dance of emotions, every misstep, every twist and turn feels like it's leading me closer to something I can't quite name but can't live without. Your touch is like a spark, igniting a wildfire of feelings that consume me, leaving me breathless and craving more of the madness. There's something intoxicating about the way you make my heart race, the wild energy between us pulling me deeper into the unknown. You make my thoughts scatter like confetti in the wind, each one a beautiful, chaotic mess that I can't help but follow. The more you make my heart race, the more I crave the wild, untamed feelings that come with every moment we share. With every glance, every touch, you awaken something deep inside of me, a wild, uncontrollable force that I can't ignore. You drive me crazy, but it's in that madness that I find the freedom to be myself, to let go of everything and just be with you. You've unlocked a part of me that's as wild as the ocean, unpredictable, untamed, and impossible to contain. The deeper I fall into this whirlwind, the more I realize how much I need the chaos you bring into my life. Every moment with you feels like an adventure, one that challenges me, excites me, and leaves me wanting more of the wild ride we're on. In the wildness of our connection, I've found a love that doesn't make sense, but feels so right, and that's exactly how I want it. Every glance you give me pulls me deeper into this whirlwind, making me feel both crazy and alive in the most exhilarating way. Your love is like a storm, unpredictable and fierce, and I can't help but be drawn to it, helplessly caught in the wild beauty of it all. You make me feel like I'm living in a dream, one where the rules don't apply, and the only thing that matters is the wild energy between us. The chaos you stir inside me is the very thing that makes me feel alive, and in that madness, I find my clarity. Every glance, every word you say drives me to the edge, but it's that edge that keeps me grounded in passion. Sometimes, the wildest feelings are the ones that can't be tamed. They drive us crazy and make us feel like we're alive. There's a beauty in the madness you invoke within me, a connection that spins me out of control and into something wild. I'm lost in the way you make my thoughts race, but that's exactly where I want to be, tangled in this whirlwind. Your presence drives me to the edge of reason, but it's on that edge I find a thrilling new world. You awaken something untamed in me, something wild that no logic can ever explain. The way you drive me crazy is exactly how I want to be, lost in the heat of this fire you've ignited. Every moment with you feels like a perfect storm, one that shakes me to my core, but makes me feel more alive than ever. You're the chaos I crave, the madness I need, and with each passing second, I'm more drawn to the wild energy between us. It's the crazy thoughts you give me that make my heart race and my mind wander into places I never thought possible. In the madness of this moment, I find freedom, a wild, untamed freedom that is all because of you. Your touch has a power over me, a power that makes my thoughts swirl into a vortex of desire and longing. I don't know whether you're driving me insane or making me feel like I'm finally free, but I am loving every second of it. There's something intoxicating about being driven to the edge by someone who doesn't hold back, pushing me further into the wild unknown. You make me feel like I'm both losing control and discovering who I really am all at once. The crazy things you make me think, the wild feelings you stir, they all come together to form something beautiful and untamed. Your words are the fire that fuels the storm inside me, leaving me feeling both wrecked and exhilarated. With you, I feel as though I'm on the edge of everything, every thought, every emotion, every feeling teetering between crazy and wild. The more you drive me crazy, the more I realize I'm just getting started, diving deeper into this madness with you by my side. Being with you is like standing on the edge of a cliff, the wind of your energy rushing past me, and I have no idea whether I'll fly or fall. It's not the chaos that scares me. It's how much I love being swept up in it every time you're near. You make my heart race in ways I can't explain, and my thoughts twist into wild, uncharted places that only you know how to guide me through. What's crazier than this feeling? The way you take me to the edge of my emotions and then pull me into the wild unknown. I never thought I'd find someone who makes my mind race with thoughts that border on madness. And yet, here we are, lost in this beautiful whirlwind. In every wild thought I have of you, I find a part of myself I never knew existed, untamed and free. I crave the chaos you bring, the uncertainty, the wild spark that sets my world on fire in ways I never thought possible. The way you make me feel is like an electric storm, unpredictable, but full of raw, undeniable energy. In the swirl of thoughts and feelings you stir within me, I discover a part of myself I never expected, a wildness that calls to me. Every crazy moment with you feels like a new adventure, a journey into the unknown that only we can understand. The more you push my boundaries, the more I realize how much I love being lost in this wild, beautiful chaos. You challenge every thought I've ever had, and with that challenge, you awaken something wild inside me I never knew existed. Being around you is like being on a thrilling roller coaster ride, each twist and turn leaving me breathless, craving more of the wild ride. There's a certain madness in the way we connect, unpredictable, uncontrollable, but undeniably magnetic. Your energy is like a spark that lights the fuse to my thoughts and feelings, leaving me in a state of constant excitement. You're the reason I can't stop thinking, can't stop feeling, can't stop wanting to dive deeper into this wild unknown. I'm driven crazy by you, but in that madness, I find freedom. Freedom to be wild, to be raw, to be real. With every crazy thought, every wild feeling, you drive me to new heights of passion, taking me places I never thought I'd go. The way you make me feel is like a wild storm, unexpected and thrilling, and I wouldn't want it any other way. There's nothing more exhilarating than being swept away by the crazy, untamed emotions you stir in me. In this beautiful chaos we've created, I've found a side of myself that's more alive, more free, more wild than I ever thought possible.